hand over to the General to brief you and update you about what's going on in Soweto. Over to you, General.
Good morning, colleagues and members of the media. Thank you very much for joining us here this morning. The purpose of this briefing is to provide an update of our response to the looting of spaza shops and other shops in Soweto. We have strengthened police deployments throughout Soweto and other affected areas. We are pleased to report that after the flare-up yesterday afternoon, the situation was relatively calm overnight. When we briefed the media at midday yesterday, we had arrested 68 people and confiscated 8 firearms. Since then, the total number of arrests has increased to 121 people who have been arrested for various crimes, which include murder, attempted murder, possession of unlicensed firearms and stolen property, public violence and fraud. The number of firearms confiscated has now increased to 11. 10 of these firearms were taken from foreign nationals. Yesterday, 38 people appeared in the Protea Magistrate Court for public violence and possession of stolen goods. Their case was remanded to 28 January for further investigation. The suspect, who was arrested for murder and attempted murder, also appeared in court yesterday, and his case was also remanded to 28 January. He was denied bail. Total suspects, today 44 suspects will be appearing in court, and 39 suspects who were arrested last night will appear in court on Monday. Various items such as fridges and groceries valued at thousands of rands were seized during the arrest. We would like to thank the members of the public for providing the information that led to the arrest. Police will continue to take strong action against those people involved in the looting, and we appeal to business people not to take the law into their own hands. Police will continue to assist the victims of the looting. And I also want to make use of this opportunity to thank our members that have been working around the clock, our station commanders, our cluster commander, our deputy provincial commissioner, all our members that have been called from all over the province to come and assist here in Soweto. Thank you.
We can take first session of questions, 4, and then we'll follow it up.
Thank you very much. Tolin Gambi from ENCA.
Commissioner.
The allegations leveled at police officers. Number one, the first incident is that of a police officer who is alleged to have participated in the looting. Apparently he was caught on film doing this. Could you give us an update with regards to what is happening with him? There also was another incident where allegedly 3 officers forced a journalist to delete pictures from her camera that she had taken of officers who seemed to have been assisting the looters as they were taking stuff into a van, and they appeared to have been just standing by watching. So this is presumed to have been them assisting, therefore. Can you give us an update as to where that case is at the moment? And just also a lot of dissatisfaction from people what they saw yesterday as police officers seemingly either overwhelmed or by the situation where people were just taking stuff in front of their very eyes, with police officers just standing by doing nothing. What can you tell us about that particular attitude coming from the police?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alex. Eyewitness News. Just from a more tactical point of view, yesterday we saw the flare up once schools came out for the day. Is that featuring in the planning for today in terms of the schools closing up? Will there be extra deployments around there? What is the police doing to make sure that kids don't come out of schools Friday afternoon and get stuck into those protests again? Thanks.
Okay.
Linyaro Solo from ENCA. Commissioner, last night I was in Kagiso where there was looting and police officers were escorting foreign shop owners out of the township. I would like to know exactly which areas has this looting spread to in Gauteng? Has there been any arrests and what more information do we have?
No, she's asked my question.
Okay. And
Mangoba Mkhulu from SABC. I just wanted to know, are there plans to also spread police across to these other areas that have also been recently reported to have also faced similar looting incidents, including Kagiso and Deep Loot? Are there plans to actually also beef up security there by police?
all right, I think we'll take other sessions next.
I'm with my colleagues here who will assist me. The first question on police that allegedly were taking part in the looting. We are aware of one particular incident, and the cluster commander is aware of that, as well as the station commander. We are going to take strong action against that particular member. Yesterday, when the members were arriving for duty in the evening, we briefed them, myself and the cluster commander, and we called upon them that they must resist from being criminals themselves. But of particular importance is that any of our member who is found to have committed any crime, looting, stealing, and so forth, will be dealt with in terms of the law. The issue of the journalist who was forced to delete pictures, I'm not aware of. I'm having General Makhali and General Gela. If they are aware, they will respond to that. The allegations that the police were just standing, and I think that this one is also connected to the last question, that the police were doing nothing, just standing. I think that the public must know how do the police deal with public order. How do the police deal with incidents of looting, but general public disorder? Because I was myself in Deep Kloof Zone 5 last night, and there were many people who were busy looting one particular shop. And when I arrived there, I didn't have enough manpower. It was only myself and one flying squad vehicle. Of particular importance, we don't want our members to use their firearms unnecessarily. We're having our members who are trained in public order policing, and it's only them who will be in a position to deal with issues of public disorder. So if our members arrive there and they got numbers, yes, we do intervene, because immediately when we were joined by one vehicle from a Deep Kloof police station, then we went to the people and they ran away. So we must be very much careful and not want the police to intervene in all situations, because at some stage there will be loss of life as a result of police action. The police are not being overwhelmed. Yet last night we reported that we have called reinforcements from all over the province. The public must understand the type of situation that we're dealing with. The situation is not organized. A group of youth will just come and target one shop. As the police go there, they run away, they go to the next shop. So this is not an organized situation where we can say that we are being confronted with a very, very big mob that is united, that is together. Especially after the afternoon yesterday, when there were large-scale looting in Soweto. I was briefed by the cluster commander and his management that it was just spontaneous. And as our deputy provincial commissioner called in reinforcements, it was only then that we could contain the situation. And we must also take into consideration that Soweto is very much big. And last night, the whole of Soweto was affected by the looting. The plan for the school kids, yes, there is a plan in terms of dealing with, especially when the school closed in the afternoon. But of particular importance, you have seen our members coming in and being deployed by our commanders. So we're not only planning for the kids, we want to make sure that we deal with this situation. We don't want to go into the weekend with this situation not being resolved. The issue of the looting in Kagiso, yes, there has been incidents of looting in certain areas of Kagiso, but also in the Sebokeng cluster as well, areas of Sebokeng itself, Everton, Vanderbijl Park. This is the report that we got this morning, but we'll still get further report in terms of the detailed update in terms of that. And these are the areas that they've been affected up to so far. So in the whole of Gauteng, we're talking of Soweto itself, we're talking of certain parts of Kagiso, with also Diepsloot, also we got the report, and there were reinforcements that were sent to Diepsloot police station to go and support our police, our local police. The same applies to Sebokeng area cluster as well. There were reinforcements that were sent to Sebokeng to go and support the local police in dealing with the situation. And the situation in Sebokeng was successfully dealt with. When we spoke with the cluster commander this morning, there were no further incidents that were reported in the Sebokeng area. So in this morning, in terms of our plan, we are on the ground, and we are also have deployed our intelligence, and we also want to call upon our public to give us any information on any looting. I think that I've responded to all the questions. I'm not sure anyone is aware of the deletion of the pictures of a journalist.
No, I am aware of it. It's a journalist from SAPA. I spoke to her last night, and she indicated to me that she will go to the police station and open a case. As you are aware, in fact, when we were briefing our members yesterday, we did indicate to them that, yes, there are journalists out there, they have a job to do, they want to report, do not interfere with the work that they are doing. So that particular incident will definitely be looked into to understand exactly what happened and why those members deleted the photographs, as she alleges.
Okay.
Good morning, I'm Bali Dlamini from KFM News. I just want to find out, I got a chance to speak to one of the shop owners who feels that the police are not doing enough to protect them in particular, just besides the looting. So are there any plans in place to actually try and help these people who are now, some of them don't even have places to stay, they say they don't feel safe in the township. So are there any plans for you guys to help them in any way?
Okay.
Mazukile from Power FM. I'd just like to find out just how many officers you're going to be deploying, and also just to find out if this does go into the weekend, do you think you do have the capacity to deal with this, and would you ever consider calling on help from the army perhaps?
Maranki Mark from Jacaranda FM. Just a question on the people that have been arrested over the last couple of days. Can you give us some info, male, female, ages, youths only, that kind of thing?
Thanks, Alex, again. I wanted to, and I apologize if I don't stay to listen to the question. I just had to pop out for a crossing, but my gear is here. Just in terms of the community organizations, churches, leaders, etc., is the police working with them? Because we've heard very little from the leadership that's in the area. What you have here is a situation where people are running, looting, people joining in. What's being done to actually contain the cause root of this, rather than just to stop the flare-ups? Thanks.
Okay. The last one.
Steve Sustol from the Media Guardian. I would like to know, did the police accommodate the foreign nationals who were, threatened yesterday? Did the police accommodate them in the cells or something? Thanks.
Okay, we'll take the last one so the panel can respond.
Thanks. Just a final one from my side, Kode from ENCA again. Commissioner, I'm going to have to press you on this one. What kind of action is going to be taken against this member who you say was allegedly involved in looting? What in specific terms is going to be done?
Fine.
In terms of the first question, that the police are not doing enough, I think that we must look at matters in perspective. But of course, an individual business person would think that the police are not doing enough. But the person must look at the overall situation that we are dealing with. We have been very much encouraged, especially in terms of the information that we are getting. Some of the information is timers, is correct and is directed. For instance, when you get information there is looting in Deep Kloof. Deep Kloof is so big, so where are the police going to go? Where the police are given information in terms of the address and so forth, the police do act, and the police have made quite good arrests also in the early hours of this morning, where information was received about looting. The police arrived and found people there in possession of the groceries and so forth, and arrests were made on the spot. These are some of the arrests that we are reporting about. In terms of the number of officers, we don't give our force levels. All we can say is that we have deployed sufficient number of members, and we have also asked for additional assistance from head office. But of particular importance is that we've called upon members from certain parts of the province as well, because most parts of Gauteng is not being affected. So we're in a position to can call those members to come and assist. In terms of the arrests, male, female, Cluster Commander General Nkuna, are you in a position to say that? I don't have that information.
Thanks, General. When coming to the age, it's starting from 17, 20 upwards, but there were females that were arrested. I can't give the exact number. There are few of them. Thanks.
That information will also be given, but those people will also appear in court. In terms of the involvement of the community, the churches and so forth, yes, we are having our communities that are involved. Our CPFs are also involved. Of particular importance is a situation that I witnessed yesterday in Deep Kloof, Zone 5. When I found in one shop, the local community were protecting the shop of a local. And it shows that it is not every person in Soweto that is busy looting. And there are all over Soweto, the local communities that are protecting the shops of the foreign nationals, but also their own shops as well, because there are also shops of the local locals that also have been looted. In terms of the accommodation of the foreign nationals, the cluster commander will respond to that. But in terms of when we give information yesterday, there are some of the foreign nationals who were escorted, because some of them come from, they stay from in places outside Soweto. Our local police have escorted them. But in terms of last night, General Nkuna, can you respond to that?
Thanks, General. In fact, I can't devise the place where we are escorting them to, because we don't want people to follow them. But we know exactly we escorted them. Where they are safe, 100%. And we're doing everything possible to make sure that whoever comes to the police station, we give assistance. Thanks.
In terms of the member that was involved in the looting, we are going to take very, very strong action. We are having the law on our side, but we are also having our own code of conduct. We will communicate that in terms of what action we're going to we have taken, because there are processes that are involved. But it will be suffice to say that we are very much disappointed by that member, and we are going to throw the book at him, and we are going to deal with him with the highest possible action that we can. We have seen the video footage, but our cluster commander is also busy collecting information, because those are the processes that must be followed, so that when we go to disciplinary tribunal or to the criminal case, we're having a strong case against him. I'm not sure whether, General, we want to add on something.
No, I think everything's covered.
Okay, you can take the last 4 questions, and then after that you can have questions one-on-one.
Okay, I just wanted clarity in terms of the numbers. How many shops so far, if you do have those stats, have been looted? And basically, in how many areas as well here in Soweto?
Thanks. Tony from the NCA. Commissioner, it must concern you that so far you now say you've collected 11 illegal firearms from these foreign nationals. Where do these come from? Do you have any idea why these people possess so many firearms that clearly are unlicensed?
Okay.
Just Marika again from Jacaranda. It's a similar question. The looters that you found, not only the people that you're arresting, is there a general age? Do you find that it's a broad range of people, young, old, everybody? And have you found that there's one specific motive or specific group of people that's behind this? Are you going to be investigating this, or are you writing this off as just, sporadic incidences that are happening and that's it?
Okay. The last one.
SAPS Radio News. General, just a follow-up on Tony's question. When someone comes to rob me or anything, the advice that I get is that I should report the case to the police. And here we had an incident where someone shot at the alleged criminals. So what steps are you taking as the police to ensure that, everyone has to understand and abide by the laws and the rules of the country when you at that country, not to go and be violent just like that. I believe if such things we had, we're not going to be in a situation like this.
Okay. General?
That question on the age, the broad age and the specific people, General Nkuna will deal with that. This is a follow-up question. In terms of the number of shops that have been looted, we're busy consolidating that, because yesterday in the afternoon, especially until in the early hours of the night, there were quite large-scale lootings. So we're busy consolidating that information. All we can say is that the whole of Soweto was affected. The issue of the illegal firearms, this is a very, very burning issue with the South African Police Service, because let's forget about this particular incident. Many criminals are using firearms in the commission of crime. And it is a very, very worrisome fact that if you look at our armed robberies, you look at certain categories of our murders, the firearm is the weapon of choice. And it shows that there are many firearms, illegal firearms, that are in circulation. Many of the firearms that we confiscate, the number has been filed off, which is an indication that this firearm was once legally owned. And we call upon the legal firearm owners that they must look after their firearms. They must make sure that these firearms don't land in illegal hands. Our teams are busy investigating in terms of where did these foreign nationals, where did they obtain these firearms? And it's a very, very worrying factor that these foreign nationals are armed, have armed themselves with illegal firearms. So it is a very, very worrisome factor. But it is also a fact that many South African criminals are also armed with illegal firearms. So let's not generalize that as if it's only the foreign nationals that are in possession of illegal firearms. On a daily basis, our members confiscate illegal firearms during day-to-day policing as well as operations. General Kuna, can you respond to that issue of the specific age and so forth?
General is between 20 and 31. Thanks.
And 31.
Yes.
20 and 31.
Yes.
Yeah, the loot.
In terms of the last question, I think that we've responded to that. Of particular importance, let's not generalize. Many South Africans are business people. They do own shops. We want to call upon all the business people that they must use legal means to protect themselves as well as their property. And I've already mentioned the fact that in respect of this issue of the foreign nationals that have armed themselves with illegal firearms, this is an issue that our teams are investigating.
Thank you very much. That comes to the end of our media briefing. If anyone wants to talk to our panel, you can talk to them one-on-one. Thank you.